It is Kenny from Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. I really appreciate it. This is a blessing that I definitely don't take for granted. Be able to converse and express my opinions to an audience worldwide in terms of music, CDs, LPs, regardless of the format it's on. It's good to be able to express those opinions. Please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. In this video, I'm going to list my top 20 Beatles songs, starting at number 20 on down to number 1. Also, after I mention my number 1, my wife, who's not really a Beatles fan, her favorite band is the Eagles. Mine is the Beatles. I'm the Beatles fan in the family. They're my favorite pop band of all time. But she has a favorite Beatles song, and I'm going to mention that after I mention my number 1. Also in this video, I'm going to mention 4 or 5 Beatles covers, that is songs that were Beatles songs that were performed by other singers that I think are worth mentioning, and I'll do that as well. I think in October of this year, October of 2022, I believe they're reissuing a box set of the Revolver album, similar to the box sets of recent years, like the Abbey Road box set, which I have, and the Sgt. Pepper's box set, and I also have the White Album box set. But they're reissuing the Revolver box set, I think in October of 2022. I plan to get it, but that's going to have to wait way in back of the line, because there's some Analog Productions, Acoustic Sounds, UHQR box sets of the Steely Dan series. I want to get 2 of those UHQRs in an album format, and then I want to get the remaining of the Steely Dan records and SACDs, and maybe some other issues before that. So I'm getting this long line of wish lists accumulating, and this is very tough to keep up, especially with these expensive sets, but that's just the way it is. But like I said, I'm gonna mention these covers first, and then I'm gonna get to my top 20. But the first one is Al Jarreau from his All Fly Home album. I believe this was issued in 1978 by Al Jarreau, All Fly Home. And the Beatles song that he performed was She's Leaving Home. And he did an amazing job of his version of it. He has a different take on it that I think is worth listening to. By the way, I'm going to leave the links to these covers in the description below. So after you listen to my top, or hear my top 20, you can hear some of them if you would like. The next one is Lou Rawls, a 1966 Lou Rawls album called Carrying On. And he did a version of Yesterday that I think is excellent as well. Lou Rawls' version of Yesterday. Now this one is Esther Phillips, called Burnin', live at Freddie Jet's Pied Piper, LA. She did a version of the Beatles song And I Love Her. Her version obviously is called And I Love Him. And there's an amazing live version of the song, which I again think is worth a listen. And my favorite Beatles cover of all time, I think, is a Stevie Wonder's version of We Can Work It Out. Stevie Wonder's version came out in 1971, and it was on his Signed, Sealed, and Delivered album. This is a box set of Stevie Wonder's songs, and this is called At the Close of the Century. It has a lot of his hits on it, and that song is on this album, on this CD set, but it's also on his Signed, Sealed, and Delivered album, the song We Can Work It Out. And I must tell you, this is the one time that I think somebody topped the Beatles. I think Stevie Wonder's version of We Can Work It Out, in my opinion, for my taste, is better than the Beatles version. Even though the Beatles version, I think, went to #1 on the Billboard top 100 charts. And Stevie Wonder's, I think, went to number 13. I think Stevie Wonder's version is the best, but that's just a personal opinion. Now, I'm going to get to my top 20, and we have to keep in mind that these are all opinion-based. There's no right or wrong answer for these best of lists. They're just simply not. They're just personal opinion driven. As a matter of fact, I think my top 5 is solid. It's pretty solid for me. If I were to redo this list like a year from now, I think my top 5 would be consistent and the same. But numbers 6 through 20, I think that would vary wildly. I think it would, I think I might be in a different mood, a different mindset, a different place in my life. And I left off a lot of songs that are amazing. The Beatles had so many great songs. It's impossible to come up with a top 5, 10, or 20 without leaving out a song that's simply outstanding. And that's what I did. I left out some songs that were simply outstanding, but that's par for the course with a great band like the Beatles. It's just simply gonna happen. So we have to keep that in mind, that there's gonna be some casualties that's gonna be left off of anybody's list. But at any rate, this is my top 20, and I'm gonna start with number 20. And please forgive me when you see me looking over to the side at my notes. But starting at number 20 is A Fool on a Hill, issued in 1967. At number 19, Revolution, issued in 1968 from the White Album. At number 18, Revolution's at number 19. At number 18, I Want to Hold Your Hand, issued in 1963. When I think of Beatles in an old school way, in a pure old school, cool, vintage way, I think of I Want to Hold Your Hand. I really think of that song. I Want to Hold Your Hand at number 18. At number 17, issued in 1964, A Hard Day's Night. At number 16, We Can Work It Out, issued in 1965. At number 15, I Want You, She's So Heavy, issued in 1969 from the Abbey Road album. At number 14, Strawberry Fields Forever, issued in 1967. At number 13, She's Leaving Home from the Sgt. Pepper's album, issued in 1967. That's at number 13. At number 12, All You Need Is Love, issued in 1967. What a great song that was. At number 11, A Day in the Life, issued in 1967 from the Sgt. Pepper's album. Number 10, The Long and Winding Road, issued in 1970 from the Let It Be album. At number 9, the George Harrison composition, issued in 1967, Within You, Without You. That's at number 9. At number 8, the psychedelic Beatles song, Tomorrow Never Knows, issued in 1966. That's at number 8, Tomorrow Never Knows. At number 7, Something, the George Harrison song, issued in 1969. Something at number 7. At number 6, I'll Be Back, issued in 1964. I love that song. It's an underrated Beatles song. Another underrated Beatles song at number 5 is No Reply. That was issued in 1965. No Reply at number 5. Number 4, And I Love Her, issued in 1964. I think that's from the Beatles. It might be from the Hard Day's Night album. I'm not sure. And I Love Her at number 4. At number 3, issued in 1967, Penny Lane. Number 2, issued in 1966, Eleanor, Rigby. And at number 1, my favorite Beatles song of all time, this will never change, and that is Yesterday, issued in 1965. Now, my wife's favorite Beatles song is Hey Jude. Like I said, she's an Eagles fan. That's her favorite band. But her favorite Beatles song is Hey Jude. But that's my top 20. I'll recap my top 5 real quick. At number 5, No Reply. At number 4, And I Love Her. At number 3, Penny Lane. At number 2, Eleanor Rigby. And number 1, Yesterday. What's your top 10? What's your top 5? What's your favorite? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe. That would really help me out. Thank you very much for viewing my video. I deeply, sincerely appreciate that. Thank you for viewing. God bless. Strong love worldwide, and peace to all.